been a couple months. I had to like scroll back to be like, wait, which episode is this? It's episode 9. Was recorded in January. It's been a couple months. First off, hi friends. It is so good to see you. Um, last I checked in with you, Dylan, you were moving all the way across the country. How is that going?
I still don't have my stuff. I've lived here for 2.5 weeks. So fiance and I are on week 2.5 on an air mattress. It's allegedly getting delivered at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So
okay.
Allegedly, I got a text from the driver and said, "I'll see you at 9 a.m." So that's reassuring.
Is your shaver in a box too?
Yes, which is why my beard is like very long, and I'm not liking it at all.
I mean, you look like a writer. Like you look big writer vibes.
Big time.
It's like this is probably it's not like the longest it's ever been, but it is like probably up there, and I'm not a fan of it at all. Especially like I'm positioning myself to where you can't see, but just like under here, there's so much.
Neck beard,
and it's like majorly, and I'm having to like go out in public, and I'm just like, oh, I really cannot wait tomorrow. Well, the thing is, I have my razor. This is the other thing. I have my razor, my like electric beard trimmer. I don't have the charger, and it's dead.
Damn.
So that is the thing that is like, it's like I could have like bought one on Amazon just to like have the charger.
Yeah.
But I like didn't want to waste the money. So
no, that's fair.
I will say this, as the growing theme of this pod is like there's a reveal constantly where I feel less of a masculine man here. Last week found out that at 5'9", definitely the shortest person on this podcast, and now also the only person that can't grow any facial hair whatsoever. So like we're
it looks
still winning.
way deeper here. It's so thin here.
Gotcha.
I won't even turn. I won't even like turn left or right because it's that bad.
I'm gonna let you know, Dylan. This is max growth right here. This is max
it'll come. My dad used to never be able to grow a beard, and now he's got like a full mustache and goatee situation. The sides never came.
Okay.
The mustache and goatee will come.
I never ask a lady their age, but what age did that happen for your dad?
He's 69 now, so I'm gonna say this is like a post 65. So you've got a while.
Yeah, you got time. You have time.
29 years to figure
Just
this
don't
out.
shave for 29 years. You'll be fine.
And it might happen. But my last follow-up, because Crunk, great intro to get us on this like great topic. Now that we do know, again, tall dudes on the podcast, how's the back?
Fine.
Oh yeah,
fine.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Even like it's not like the pillows aren't great, to be honest. That's the other thing.
Okay.
The pillow situation is fantastic. I fortunately, and I'm going to knock on like all of the wood in the world.
Yes.
I've yet to hit any major back issues.
Okay.
And I think it's because I spent most of my late teens and 20s working retail, and I was on my feet all day.
Correct.
Like I think I'm like relatively like I work like basically a desk job, which is like kind of something that makes it a little more difficult. But like I think because I was on my feet a lot, I still have like decent flexibility. So I'm like trying to ride that wave, but I'm worried that like 5 years from now, it's really going to start to rear its head.
I thought you were going to say in my late teens and my early 20s, I taught yoga. I thought you were going to say something like that.
No, I do yoga with my fiance and she gets pissed. She's like, what do you mean this isn't? I'm like, this is not difficult for me. I don't know. So I don't do anything. You know what I mean? I never did like yoga or anything like that. I don't know. These Irish/Lebanese muscles, I guess there's just something in them that
tall and
it's a nice combination.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah,
oh my gosh. Oh man.
I will occasionally do like the lumbar, like, you know, you put the one leg up and like turn over and like turn over.
Oh,
again.
that's
like
my favorite. I call it the feel good stretch. I love that stretch.
Like when I have to get up and it's like, hey, you're watching games from like you're watching the 7:30, like so from 7:30 to 9:30, I'm watching that game, and then I'm watching like the 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock game, and then I'm watching like basically when it's like from 7 through 3, there's games on. like if not later. After work, that's when I'm just kind of like, I've been looking at a screen for like 8.5 hours, and like it's all been Premier League football. Not all of it's good, especially right now, which is another thing we can talk about. Yeah. But yeah, man. So far the back's been fine.
Good. Happy to hear it.
How's the dad over here holding up? How you, John?
Got glasses too. I'm trying.
I saw that. Really. It's a good look. It's a good look.
Thanks. Someone in the office called me Jeffrey Dahmer today. Not a bad thing, I guess. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't Young Dahmer hot.
Yeah, Young Dahmer hot. Also, not the worst Jeffrey you can be called anymore, so that's fine.
True.
It's true. Straight up. So got that one. So got glasses, and being a dad's been great. Lucas is killing it. He's chilling. Already in bed. Wish I had that life, to be honest with you.
Oh man. Going on. Hey, that nothing is fantastic. Like honestly, life is cool. Just trying to step up with the things that we're doing. We're going on to in a couple weeks will be 4 years of Shades of Blue. So we're trying to figure out, trying to.
That makes me feel old. I remember when y'all were like starting out. That's crazy.
I know, it's wild. So gonna do some like 4-year anniversary shirts. I'm chatting with Olive and York. We're gonna do like a small batch of like Shades of Blue kits.
That's sick.
So
that's so cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a couple of like things that I wanted to do like very early on the pod, and it's really funny because there are so many people I guess I call peers now, and I chat with them, and they're always showing me love, saying all the nice things, and they're talking about like they've been at it for like 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, and they're like, you've literally worked with people that we still hope to work with, even though they've worked with people that I would love to work with. Like it's just funny how that world works, where you're just like, I love what you do and I feel like small sometimes, and they love what I do and they feel small sometimes. It's like that's just I feel like that's the mentality of a creative. Like there's always a larger mountain that you can climb, and that's a good thing, or it could be like a soul crushing thing depending on like who you are.
Sure. No, for sure. I think that's also like just a really good perspective to have, though. I don't know, like just being able to have those peers that you can bounce those ideas off of, and both of you kind of motivate each other. The one funny thing I was going to say is one of my best friends here in the city, obviously have a couple drinks and you start thinking about like different things that we want to do that aren't like working a 9 to 5. And our significant others are obviously always around when we do this. And one time his girlfriend just stopped us in the middle of our idea and basically told us, goes, hey, I've been listening to a lot of these. You all just want to have something to do to make merch for. And that's all it is. So like you creating the kits and the Olive and York thing, I was like, yeah, dude, like I remember starting our podcast, be like, I got like 35 different t-shirts I'm ready to like roll out for no one. Like for absolutely nobody. But like I want to make them, so I might make them. But no, that's so awesome. Olive and York, such a big deal, honestly. That's so cool.
That's a crazy flex.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's a crazy flex.
Thank you, I guess. But we haven't seen each other. So shout out to everybody who's just been, for the people who are watching live or watching the replay or listening to the replay. And you've just been listening to a couple of dudes hang out. In the end, that's all podcasts really are. Like, sure, there are things that are on topic. For the most part, it's just people talking about things that they want to talk about. So, but sure. I figure, man, actually, let's start with this whole contract situation for multiple key players. They're all tiers, because obviously the first is Bernardo Silva. His ends at the end of the season. He said at the beginning of this year that he already knows what he wants to do, but he's not going to talk about it, which basically says I'm leaving. But Pep won't stop talking about how much he wants him to stay. Him staying, we saw it with KDB. Especially because he doesn't. And maybe he can stay a consistent starter next season, but it holds everything off for another year. It stalls everything for another year when we have all of these players who really need to step into the light and become who they are. It helps the team Pep address those new needs for the club. I want him to go, so I guess I'll just say that. And then there's Rodri. He is our Ballon d'Or winner, City's first ever Ballon d'Or winner. He has helped City get to a level that they have never seen, the UCL winning goal and all that stuff, but the ACL completely wrecked what he could have been paid. Like if he never gets hurt, he's making 350,000 a week. But now that he's injured, like where is the nice middle ground? Will we get there? Who knows? We'll talk about it. And then there's Phil Foden. He still has another year on his contract, but where he sits on the roster, he 2 seasons ago, PFA Player of the Year, single-handedly carried us to many of the trophies won. Now he's not even getting played against Leeds. He's getting 2 minutes here, maybe 7 minutes there. But we're supposed to give him another contract. He's Stockport Iniesta, like he's City through and through. Not signing him sounds insane. Which of the three do you think we cannot replace? The Aguero quote, like which of the three is like damn near irreplaceable? If we lose them, we have lost ourselves as a club.
Dylan, you had the most visceral reaction, so I'm gonna let you go.
Well, here I'll answer the question first, and then I'll talk about my reaction. I think without a shadow of a doubt, the most irreplaceable player is Rodri. I mean, I think it is not even to me a conversation between the three of them, and that is not disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards either Bernardo or Phil. But when we do not have Rodri, we are a different team. We saw that for all of last season. Granted, all of last season was not because we only didn't have Rodri. There were so many injuries to the defense. We're even seeing a lot of injuries to the defense this year as well, and there's been issues. But Nico G, who I think has been much better this season than I think last January, is just still not to the level of Rodri. And I do think part of the reason that you've seen this like push towards a title in the last month is because Rodri is finally like fit and healthy again. That's the answer to the question. My reaction was you saying that Bernardo Silva needs to leave. And I made those eyes that were complete, like jump out of my head, because to me, Bernardo Silva is maybe the second, if not the third most important player. And in certain matches against certain opposition, I would argue he is just as important, if not a little bit more important than Rodri, from how his ability to control the ball. You know, you think of like in the Klopp era years, or even like a little bit of like the Tuchel Chelsea matches where it's like he basically drops in as essentially a holding midfielder and like runs around 4 times. Like when you play annoying people in Ultimate Team that like you can't take the ball off of them. And then like he like just would like bust it away to like out wide someone else. And it's like, we don't have anyone. Granted, yes, it's like, okay, hey, maybe that can be Turkey. Hey, maybe that can be Foden. Maybe they can be those players. They don't seem to have the ability to not want to be as creative. Like I remember Bernardo nutmegging Yaya Toure in the Champions League, like for Monaco. I have vivid memories of this motherfucker doing that and then sending it to Falcao down the line and being like, who is this? And like, he's not that player anymore. And he basically almost has never been that player for City. But I don't think that Foden or Cherki are inherently going to, they don't seem to be players that are that adaptable as Bernardo is. You can play Bernardo at almost any position except for left back, when Pep admitted that was a terrible decision. But other than that, this guy has been so important to this team. And until those legs stop working, which as of right now, they are still slightly slower, but still working, I want him for another year. And yeah, he wants to leave. He wanted to leave during fucking COVID. It's been half a decade since. So like if he wants to go, more than happy to him. He is an absolute legend. He'll be one of my favorite City players ever.
Yes.
But I will gladly take him for at least one more year.
I'm not saying that I want him to leave.
No, you said he's a bum. That's what you said.
I mean, yes, for the, like, I'm thinking for the future of the club, his space is incredibly needed. Like those minutes need to be distributed. Also, I want him to experience some sun. I don't know. Like he has been crying about the Manchester weather for, like you said, almost half a decade now. Like Mans deserves to experience 70 degree weather consistently. Like
Justice for
he's earned
Bernardo.
it.
Correct. As always, I feel like I'll slide right into my role on this podcast where I say something absolutely insane and then you guys can kind of judge the shit out of me. This is a true Sophie's choice, like if there ever was one, because like, right, like all three of these people are just insanely important to
it's a wild
this
question
club.
for me to ask.
No, I think it's an amazing question. These are like the types of questions that you get good answers to. Am I? You're gonna say yes. Am I crazy for dealing with the PR nightmare that would be Foden just leaving and keeping the other two? Because if we're being honest, like when you talk about not being able to replace 100% what Dylan said about Bernardo, like I don't think I've ever seen any other player do what he does, where when City has been the most effective at times, it's him controlling the pace, him controlling the game, him like, hey, we're going too fast, take a step back, or hey, we need to speed it up. All right, I can be that lightning rod there. Rodri's a Ballon d'Or winner. Like Rodri's the reason that not only reason, but like the reason we were winning consistently over the past like 3 years. I know what it's like to tear an ACL. I played pickup basketball this week
Same.
after 8 years. Yeah, dude, it fucks you up a little bit. You know, it wasn't very good out there, right? So like, I get it. I get the knocks against him, but I'm sitting here, and I know I was going to ask this on this pod. It's like, what is going on with Foden? Is it solvable? Is it like, is this just it? Is it done? Was it an Icarus situation? He's still so young. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm crazy for saying it, but if I had to pick these three, I think I'm like, all right, Foden, like just don't go to Man United. I don't know.
When I said I had like there was a nuke I wanted to drop and I wanted to wait till the red light was on. And like, I guess it's not like, hey, I'd rather, if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick Foden or Bernardo, I'm picking Foden just because Bernardo's career is over. Like very soon his career is going to be like not where it is, and because of Foden's age. However, the thing that I was like, hey, maybe we could talk about this is like, this is yet another run-in. Still have 10 games left in the Premier League season, still have plenty of Champions League left, like who knows. But it is currently looking like this is yet another run-in where Phil is not going to be that heavily featured in the team. And look, the one time he was heavily featured in the team, he quite literally dragged a not that great City team to becoming the, I believe, first ever English team, not just Premier League team. I'm pretty sure the first ever English team to win 4 in a row. So like, I want to put like total respect on that. Obviously he's incredibly talented. I would argue probably other than Shirky, he's probably the most technically gifted player on the team, if not the league. Like just from a pure like technique standpoint, I've almost never seen a player, especially one born in the British Isles, like him. And all that being said, yeah, he's not being picked. And I don't think it's fitness. And sometimes it was fitness. He had the appendicitis in the treble year. Like he had the ankle, I think it was an ankle injury and an appendicitis. And it was like, he just wasn't in the team. And it's just like it was 2 neck and neck. He wasn't going to beat out Mahrez. He certainly wasn't going to beat out Gundo, Bernardo, or KDB. And, Grealish was too important at that time. But yeah, like I'm starting to think, is this like, what's going to happen? And I don't know. Am I going to have to start being like an AC Milan or Barca fan if that's where he goes? Like, am I going to have to support them on the side? Because like I'll follow this guy wherever he goes.
Yeah,
I did the same thing for Julian Alvarez, so you're fine.
I mean, it's spot on. Like there were moments where I was worried about that with Rodri when he first returned. Obviously his fitness was a part of it, but the way that this team plays now with the shot stopper instead of the distributor, with the Semenyos, with the Marmouches, like we play a more forward counterattacking style instead of like punishing you through possession, like death by a 1,000 million passes, like Pep used to say. this team sometimes wants to run, and that's not necessarily Rodri's game. Luckily, while he was away, he has like completely evolved his distribution game. Like some of the passes that man makes, the weight, the depth, like it's all just so amazing. So that's how he can really find a way to help out. Foden, he thrives in those small spaces, getting just enough space for him to like turn, find a shot. Now that it's man to man, he has no space. And he now is forced to evolve his game. It is kind of like evolve or die. Like this is where we find out who Phil Foden is as a footballer. Obviously, things can change, but in a sport in a league that is becoming more reliant on physicality, there was the tactics, but the thing that put Premier League over everybody was the physicality on top of the tactics. Now it's just run up and down the pitch, knock motherfuckers over, huddle ball. And that's why the game has become not great to watch. Like I was watching over. I had Goal Zone on the games today, and even after Everton scored their first goal in the first half, I'm pretty sure the cumulative XG for all three games, I did the math. It was like 0.34. So out of six teams, that was a cumulative XG. Like it was horrendous. And that was with Everton scoring a goal. Like it's just like nobody's creating chances. They're all just playing back and trying to get each other on the counter and make some like long errand pass. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it's just not fun. We saw with Yaya Toure after the match, the Arsenal game, where he was like, I prefer the way that City plays. My bad. The way that Arsenal does this isn't how champions should play. And I agree with him, but it pissed so many Arsenal fans off, and it pissed so many people off because they're like, you're supposed to win. But also it's like, can we do it? It's called a beautiful game. Can we do it while looking good? Like, what are we doing?
Also, it's a day that ends in Y. So if Arsenal fans are mad, like, what else is new? I do think it, like, Dylan, I am fully aligned with what you're saying. Damn, I've been in the corporate world too long. I'm aligning. But I also want to say,
just ideate on.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in it, and we got it. With these three players, it's one of those things where I always go back to like baseball, and like I know nobody likes baseball anymore, but it's okay. Like if all three of these players never wear another jersey until they retire, I kind of get it. I'm not going to fault the front office, and I'm not going to fault, who's pulling the purse strings here, because all three of these players, to everybody's point here, have played a major role in where this club is now compared to where it was 10 years ago. And like, if they want to come back, I'm down. I feel for Krunk though too, your point. Yes. It's like, I want Bernardo to like go get some sun as well. I just the curmudgeon. Like he is so the Larry David of this entire organization, which is so awesome.
He's big Bert vibes. Like, he's too Bert.
Yeah.
He's too Bert.
That's why I don't think he's going to leave.
Yeah.
It's like the guy that like complains about the job and never fucking leaves.
Yeah.
And he's still there. And like you come back to that job, like you're somehow you like run into these people 5 years later and he's still there and he's just as pissed.
He's like, I hate the weather, but moving is really hard.
But my dog's named after John.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. They have to.
And John's gone like 3 seasons ago.
But they didn't know. But they need to keep John Stones. That's the thing. Yeah. It's like we need to find an excuse to keep John Stones, who's just getting paid for cardio that he's not even doing. And I say this as a John Stones lover. If I die, like as long as I'm still alive, John Stones will have one fan. Like that is.
Pep is over him. Like if Pep says, "Hey, man, we know what it is with John." like I feel like once Pep acknowledged it, we can say it now. Yeah. It's all right.
For sure. I think also if anybody needs to look anything up on YouTube, just watching the Raheem Sterling, John Stones Jamaican accent videos are just top cinema at all times. Like if I'm ever feeling down, I just go pop those on and it's amazing. So
I have John Stones saying Wagwan saved on my phone. I use it way too much.
It's an incredible just soundbite, as you should.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, like obviously all of the players can stay, but that is the point of asking questions like this: incendiary, throw a grenade. Which one can stay? And so I like that we had our own person. So I love that. Um, but like, is there a real like obviously Foden's staying. Like it's one of those things you sign him and then figure out what to do later. And I don't think Phil would leave. Phil is such a chill dude. Like he acknowledges it. Like, bro, all I want to do is go fishing. I'm married, I have all these kids. The only time I go out is because my mom forces me to. Like I'm okay with just staying at Manchester for the rest of my career.
Phil's pretty
And
much just a southern white man, essentially, right? Like just fishes
facts.
and like has a ton of kids. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
tight.
honestly, well, the North, it is very similar to the South. Like they love gravy,
Yeah.
For sure,
fried
for sure.
things. Like it. No,
Yeah.
trust me. Yeah, it is. Like
Abandoned by the government.
Yeah,
the
big
accent,
time.
right? Accent that,
100%.
depending how thick it is, you can't understand a word they say. Like, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. When I
He'd
went to
stay,
the,
though, for sure.
I went to the fish and chip spot by the Etihad, and the person like taking everyone's orders, the thickest Manc accent I've ever heard. I said, "Excuse me," like 4 times when she was like talking about. I was like, "Excuse me," and she would like repeat herself, and it was like, "Yeah," at the end of everything. Like she'd be like, "Blah blah blah, yeah, 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 yeah." Like one time she said it legit, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and I was like, "Whatever, you do whatever you think is best. I'm gonna eat it." Like I'm so done with questions. Just take my money, please. My head hurts. But she was the sweetest girl. You could tell she was the absolute sweetest.
Were you at the main road chippy? That's the one I went to.
What is it, Jays?
Looks like
I have a
looks like
picture of it
this.
in my phone.
Anything?
No,
This is great
no,
podcast.
no. Mine was
This
it
is
was like
great podcast.
it was literally right across. It's right next to Mary D's.
Gotcha. This place
Yeah, yeah,
also a huge vibe. So if anybody's ever there, Danny's
yeah. That
it's
looked
next
like
to
it was almost
Danny
a bar. Like it was like a club that you could also
is
get fish and chips from.
is sick. Also big Manc accents in there too. This place is
Yeah,
called Fish and Chips, Main Road Chippy. Anyway, sorry. I
interesting.
digress.
I love it. I love it. Let's see. Let's talk about Madrid in City. We drew them again. We knew it was gonna happen. I Let's start here because I was pissed off where people were like, I honestly would much rather have Real Madrid over Bodo Glimt. And it's like, come the fuck on. No, you wouldn't. I understand they have a beautiful story. It's a fun, feel good story. That's what you want in Champions League. Yes, when we were in the Arctic, they embarrassed us. Rodri got sent out. Like it wasn't great. But do you think over 2 legs, Bodo Glint could serve us as like more trouble than Real Madrid can? Like I understand Real Madrid are struggling right now. They lost today, embarrassingly, like in the best way. But when it comes to the Champions League, you're always going to get the best of any club, especially Real Madrid, who have won 15 Champions League titles. I guess, how were you on the Bodo Glint versus Real Madrid first? John, which of the two did you
Yeah,
prefer before we found out it was Real Madrid?
I hardly ever go back and say I told you so, but there was I think episode 7 where we were talking, or maybe episode 6, and we were talking about like what matchup are you excited about for the Champions League? I said, hey, there's a fixture congestion right now where it's Man United, and then we're going away in the middle of January to the Arctic Circle. I was like, probably not going to look too good for us. Needless to say, didn't go well for us. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I understand you don't underestimate anybody. You get their best version of every team in the Champions League. Inter found that out with playing them, obviously,
Hmm.
but there's just something about playing Real Madrid in the Champions League that you want to try to avoid it for as long as you can, because you just don't have the same magic they have, no matter what that team is dealing with at the moment and no matter what they're going through. My like thing is, and I was trying to look this up before we hopped on here, and I couldn't find any like decent stat, but there has to be some weird financial incentive that I can't look into about this game happening as often as it does. It just truly has to be because there's no way there's not something that isn't rigged about this whole tournament in my mind at times. So it's like, okay, if this keeps happening this often, something's going on. I was unable to do the research in the hour that I had, but like it's just crazy. It makes no sense that City play them this often. And
you for sure can. Advertisers would more than this
1,000%.
is they're gonna make the most money off of this for sure.
This is Lakers Knicks for every NBA title moving forward, essentially, which they would like Adam Silver would love. But like, it's just frustrating. I honestly wish it was next round or even the round after that. I think that there's more pomp and circumstance at that point, and then it becomes more intriguing. I kind of hate that it's always in this. Not always, but it has felt like it's been this early.
It's almost always early. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I think that's true, but I don't want to say something wrong. But like, I hate that it's this early, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, hey, we have to hook people into the round of 16 because usually it's Liverpool versus Warsaw Krakow or some shit like that. Like, I don't know. So that's my rant. Just annoyed with it.
I think it's going to be the 10th and 11th time they're going to play each other.
Yeah.
In the last like 6 seasons. I saw I'd hit a post for work. City and Madrid have played more since 2020 since Madrid and Getafe.
Hell yeah, dude. We're in the La Liga.
Which is like that's a La Liga team who Real Madrid has lost to. But like then I think the thing is if Vinicius plays both full 90s, I think he'll have played City more, he'll play more minutes for City than Salah has in like the same amount of time. Which is like the stupidest stat. It's like that's the dumbest stat that like there were like things we were putting together for work that we did for a post, and it was just like what it's unbelievable. Look, I'm being completely honest. This isn't like, oh hey, actually I'd rather play Real Madrid than Bodo Glimt. There is a thing of the fact that Bodo Glimt isn't playing in their league currently, so that like this is all they have to play for, and they have like such crazy energy. Real Madrid have a ton of injuries, man. Like Militao's out, Rodrigo now has torn his ACL. Ceballos is out. Bellingham, I don't know when he's going to return. He's out, and Mbappe has this knee sprain where they think that he's probably out until the second leg at the very least. Like if there is a time where like they're kind of in a little bit of a spiral, like they didn't look good against Benfica. Benfica's not that good, and Benfica's coached by Mourinho, who is well past his prime, like as a manager. That's separate from his views on social issues. Like he's just he is just washed in multiple ways, and it's kind of like if there's of course I'm going to say this, then Vinny's going to absolutely dunk on our heads, and it's going to be 4-0 at the Bernabeu before we even think about it. But like, it's kind of not a bad time to play him.
No, I'm with you. And on top of all of the injuries, it's like, trying to remember who it all is. I think it's like Huijsen, Carreras, Tchouameni, and Vinny Jr. They all are on the like yellow limit that if they get another yellow, they won't be able to play in the second leg. And I think that's probably going to happen with at least one of those two, one of those four. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, if it happens with Vinny, it's because he doesn't know when to shut up. But the other ones, I can see them trying to like make a tactical foul type of thing. It's all interesting. You made a great point about facing them with the injuries on top of the yellows. They are in a very bad place as a club. You would think that they would be able to fix it, but none of these players are going anywhere. Like Bellingham just got there, Mbappe just got there. Vinny Jr., who's going to pay for him? And the way that he just is as a footballer, but would much rather just yell at the crowd.
He's a Real Madrid footballer. Like
and so like technically the only way you can get this club better is if you get rid of one of them, and that's not happening. And so they are in a very weird place where Real Madrid, like you can never put them to the side, but It almost seems like they're going to force themselves, especially with the way that they are and we're in this weird world where all the managers are not great, but also great. It's weird.
But I do think like this is like famous last words, but like this is how you can put this Real Madrid side is not the Real Madrid side of
Oh, facts.
you know what I mean? And like that's
Yes.
like at the end of the day, it was the fact that it was Modric, it was Cruz, it was Benzema, it was like it was Casemiro. Like they had all of these players that like no matter what, somehow like cometh the hour, cometh the man. Like Benzema was finding a way, or Cruz was finding a way, or Modric was finding a way. None of those dudes are there anymore. And so it's like, granted, yeah, it's not Benzema, it's Kylian Mbappe, who like is a better player than Karim Benzema, but like isn't inherently like coming up with those moments. And it's just like, is that going to happen? Is there going to be some kind of wake up where it just felt like Real Madrid players would just like, it's the sit up meme where they just like, oh yeah, this is who we are. And like for the last 10, 15 years, they're just somehow, they weren't even doing that well in the league, but they would still win the Champions League. And we'll see. This is like how that happens. It's like, are you actually going to like live up to your like destiny in a way?
This is a C- analogy, and this is how I feel about it. Did you guys watch True Detective the first season?
Yeah.
Playing Real Madrid's just going to Carcosa. It just is. It's just, and if anybody else listening to this is more interested in like Stranger Things, playing Real Madrid's going to the Upside Down. Like nothing makes sense. Nothing matters. It's like if you know anybody from Louisiana, you don't mess with voodoo, and like that's all this is to me. And I just want to avoid it for as long as I can. I'm a little wimp. That's fine.
Who's McConaughey in this situation?
Ooh,
The Pep?
No. You know what I think is interesting in this scenario? I think Pep is both, but it's Pep in certain like when he's in certain moods, he's McConaughey, and in the other moods, like he's full on our other guy. That's really good. We should try to figure out how to cast that out. Actually, another topic for another one.
I actually have never what little known fact about me is I only watch the worst television. So like all of these like prestiged TV shows and stuff like that, I'm just like it's gone over my head.
Just banged through Trader season 4, man. It was fantastic.
See, and I watched Traders season 1 and I think maybe even 2. And I was like, this is so much. It's so much. I'm just so exhausted. I'm always so exhausted at the end of the episodes, and I don't like that. Okay. Well, shoot, I had the rest of the Champions League games pulled up. Yeah. So PSG versus Chelsea. Yeah, let's just like quick fire. Who do you think goes through with this? So there's PSG versus Chelsea. I think it's PSG.
Yeah.
Even though they're both kind of in like terrible places. Okay, Galatasaray versus Liverpool.
I don't know. Did you watch that game today? Yikes. Big yikes. Big yikes. I don't know. Turkey's not an easy place to play.
No, it's not. No,
they lost there in the group stage or the league phase.
Am I trolling my younger brother? Maybe, but big yikes. Big yikes. No, probably Liverpool. I'm with you.
Well, and shout out to Brad Warden. I connected with he's technically he's from Tennessee, but his wife is Turkish, and that is how he became a Galatasaray fan. So he does the Galatasaray show, and he's like big time. Like the people in Turkey absolutely love him. He was actually in Turkey for like a month, and and was having the best time. And yeah, he's great people. So he's actually going to be on the Lit stream tomorrow. So I'm very interested to see how he's feeling about the prospects of taking on Liverpool.
Istanbul is a top trip if you ever get a chance to go.
That's what he said.
So bad,
yeah,
man.
It's so good. I like to pick some allegiances in each country that I visit for sure. More of a Besiktas guy myself. But they've been kind of dog for a little bit, so
yeah,
shout outs. But Liverpool.
And obviously we back City, and then Atalanta, Bayern. That's Bayern. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Yeah. It's all
And then the other
good.
side of the bracket doesn't
Newcastle.
matter, pretty much.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
kidding.
yeah. So well, and that leads to the conversation about everybody kind of talking about Arsenal and they get an easy run. I actually had a couple of Arsenal fans send me DMs of like that conversation about Man City fans complaining about how easy of a run that Arsenal have. And I technically make fun of Arsenal a lot, but also I don't talk about them, if that makes any sense. Like if something pops up, I will definitely like dunk on them and be like, because I saw some guy post about it was like if people are complaining about all the grabbing, but if they controlled that, not only would we score more goals because we're always being held, like they literally flipped the conversation about Arsenal being a bunch of like cheats to then being like, hey, if they stopped allowing us to pull people and hold people, we would score more goals because other people wouldn't be able to hold us. And I was like, how, what, what is that
Mental
math?
gymnastics. We love
Yeah,
this.
and I was so amazed. And he sent me a screenshot of like the Arsenal Man United game where they were all like bunched together. I was like, yeah, you showed a bunch of idiots who do the same thing as you guys. Like,
Yeah.
you show me one situation that proves your point, but there were 8 in the game against Chelsea that says the complete opposite. I don't know. Arsenal, the way that they can just always find a way to make Arsenal the
I,
topic and the
I,
reason, the benefit of everything, it's amazing.
I personally think this is the best case scenario because if Arsenal doesn't make it to the finals, it's kind of tight. Kind of have so much fodder for them for the rest of the year.
Oh, they
Um,
deserve it. Yeah.
and like that's awesome. I actually think outside of Arsenal, that Newcastle Barcelona game will be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I don't know what's
You
going to
guys are
happen
kind of
there.
a mess, though.
Yeah,
Yes, they're not
but like
great.
I don't know. I think Newcastle plays City as hard as possible, and everybody else not that hard. Like every
Yes.
time we play them, it seems just like a punch out, like a Mike Tyson fight. And then every time I see them play someone else, I'm like, this team stinks. Like, who is this? But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I think it's the best game over on this side for sure.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, Newcastle, Barcelona, Atleti, Tottenham. Well, like that game is gonna be that's gonna be the worst one out of
That's
the.
going to be awful.
Some
Yeah.
terrible football.
Yes.
I
Uh,
I know that what was it, Igor Tudor
yeah.
is like I don't know that it, whatever the Italian word for like an interim manager is like very beautiful. It's like they refer to him as like either like a fisherman or like something where it's like you're like bringing a ship back to like, back to dock or something. But
Mm.
it seems real rough, man. And not even to go with the whole like that clip that was making the rounds of him like yelling at the team to go forward, I think was like not as bad as what people are making it out to be, but just like what he's saying about the team, it seems like that's going to go really poorly.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like with all the managers that they've had guys who try to tell them how it is. Like with Postacoglu, the entire time he was there, he was just like, "You guys are weak-willed, mentality-wormed individuals. I need more out of all of you guys." And then they just turned his back on him. And then he had Thomas Frank who tried to just like set them up and be cool, and he was like this nerd, and they're like, "Get out of here, dork." And now they have Ego Todor where he looks like he could kick all of their asses. Like if you look at him, if you listen to him talk, like he is like, I'm not here for fun. This is not my job is to have fun. My job is to get this team doing well. So he's not here to make friends. He is here to right the ship. But are Tottenham too broke to do that? And I worry that, and like Igor Tudor, like his thing is he runs so hot. That's why he can never stay anywhere for too long. It'll be interesting because I could see
Based
him maybe figuring some stuff out for them and then signing an extension and everything falls apart.
based on how you just described the Tottenham manager, like how it just went down and who they went through, it sounds like Tottenham essentially entered the manosphere. Like they had to get like some very hyper masculine like guy that's just gonna shout at them to
They're at
get
the
them
alpha
back
boot
to
camp.
yeah, exactly. Like they're literally red pilling right now so hard, and like that's just the only way they thought they could get back. It's sad, honestly, because they had the king. I love Postacoglu. Like I think
Yeah,
that
man.
dude's just an absolute
I
gem of
do
a
too.
human being. And then they went to this middle thing of like very centrist Frank, where it's like I'm a nutty professor, I'm figuring this out. I think they went full right. Like they literally did the full spectrum here in front of our faces. So that's my take. Tottenham's a shit show, much like a
No, it's a
lot
great
of
one.
young men in this
No, it's
country.
great.
So there we go.
Well, and they have a young team too, so that actually really does hold up. That's hilarious.
The male Spursiness epidemic is.
Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about it enough. What's wrong with the young men at Tottenham? It's fucked up. So fucked up.
And then Bodo Glimt versus Sporting. That's gonna be the most fun, just because
Honestly,
watching
looking forward to it.
the Portuguese
imagine-
players in the Arctic,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're gonna die.
absolutely.
Bernardo's going to be sick just looking at the TV. I mean, he's not even going to be in the stadium, and he's probably going to be in a terrible mood.
I think that gets
Just
Bernardo
shivering.
to
He's
come
gonna
back
have a jumper on.
City. Like making him watch that game gets him back to City because like
This
is
could be
what
you.
it could be. Yeah, exactly. Watch, careful what you wish for here, bud. Damn.
And oh yeah, the Leverkusen Arsenal, man. If
Imagine Leverkusen do
Leverkusen-
it, and they're a disaster. Imagine they.
There's so many potential storylines with this round of 16 that are just too good. Just
I'm
like
not gonna lie,
so
like-
serendipitous.
Like Arsenal are most likely going to be in the final, but like that's a lot
Yes.
of pressure to be like, we have to make the
Yes.
final.
That's what I'm saying. I
Like
think this
we
is the best case scenario.
have to make the final.
It's the best case scenario.
What's really kind of there's a world where City and Arsenal are going to play in the Champions League final. Essentially, that April 12th game, whatever it is, that is the Premier League final. That literally is going to be
Mhm.
the like winner wins the Premier League. And at this point, it's like almost to well, no, because it's City have to win that game. But
Mhm.
if Arsenal drop one more point, Arsenal have to win that game to win the title. And it's gonna be, and they're playing in the League Cup final, and they might have to play in the FA Cup final. This could be an unbelievable like 4 games decide history kind of moment.
I will say this because I know you have the question in there about like how many are we going to win. Let me just paint this perfect case scenario. We sweep, right? Let's say we sweep and we play Arsenal 3 out of the 4, 4 out of the 4, right? That's just like that's the nail in the coffin, right? Like there's no coming back.
I think Arteta gets fired.
Oh,
It has to
1,000%.
be, correct?
Yeah. So I've actually been asking my Arsenal fan friends. This will now be the 3rd year. So 3 years ago, that was when I first asked. I was like, Arteta has to go, right? And they're like, now, no, he still has so many chances. I was like, okay, but this is now twice that you guys have gotten close and have failed, and then so last year made it 3rd, but that's twice. So let's say you don't win it again next year. And then let's say you don't win it again next year, which is this year. So like he will have to go eventually because you just can't get to the mountaintop.
Blowing
And
this lead is the worst.
Yes. And especially with the way that the football that they played when he first got to Arsenal, it was beautiful. It was fun. It was exciting. And he has literally sold his soul. Like Sharpie on the pod calls him Mikey Moyes, because like that's basically the football that he plays. It's just like Spanish Moyes. Like he has sold his soul to play the most emotionless, awful football for the sake of winning. And if you still can't find a way to win, like what do you have now? What do you have? Like you've literally exhausted all of the options short of legitimately just punching players.
Even did you see Pep's press conference today?
I didn't. I'm going to watch it after this.
Basically, he was like asked about Slot's comments because Slot was like, the Premier League is not an enjoyable watch. And like, basically Pep gave this like long answer, like, hey, when I was a kid, like Premier League was all about like set pieces. They would always celebrate corners, like it's a goal, yada, yada. He's like, it's, you know, it's like the NBA where like everyone's shooting threes now. Like, or, you know, he was talking about that with like set pieces. But at the very end, he like said all of those things. And the last point he made, he was like, but I agree with a lot of what Slot is saying. And then, which is like the most Pep answer because no one focused on that bit. Everyone just focused on the like NBA like comparison. And he's like, oh, we have to adapt. And he's like, no, I think he's right. And then he was asked a follow-up of like what he thinks about the physicality. And he was like, oh, I won't answer that question. That answer is for my players. And then just gave like the most like shit-eating grin, like smile. Pep so clearly feels away. We've scored the least amount of goals on set pieces. Like he so clearly feels away about this. It literally does feel like, I was thinking about this analogy. This kind of feels, and I'm terrified to say this, like the end of the Phil Jackson era, where it's like he always left the corner three open because he believed that the corner three like allowed you to have better transition offense because the rebound would be better. And it's like, buddy, you're leaving the corner three open in the modern NBA is like the absolute worst fucking thing that you could do. Like that is the only thing that people go for. Like it's like for those that don't understand, the NBA is all about threes, and the corner three is the closest to the hoop that it is for the threes. For any of the listeners, maybe don't understand why that matters. So his whole thing was like, let's actually leave that shot, which is now the most wanted shot in basketball, open. And he was arguably at the time the greatest basketball coach in his career. Like very quickly went down. It feels like it can be that thing, or it's going to be like a Nick Saban thing where it's like he looked at no huddle offenses and was like, oh, y'all want to do this? He's like, I can fucking do this. And like he went and won, he won another 10 years of championships. It like kind of feels like we're at that point. It's like either the sport changes and Pep's going to walk away, and it like the sport became something that like he didn't believe in. And he's someone that does adapt. Like people think he has no plan B. And the reality is he's like adapted so much. Or it's going to be like, if they win, this is a real like for the like where the sport is going to go moment. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah, I fully concur. As somebody who both hated Phil Jackson and loves college football, I understood both of those. You know, it's really just a sidebar real quick, and then we can get back on top. Went to a college basketball game, LIU Brooklyn. It's actually D1. It's right up the road for me.
Yeah, man. They would play my college, CCSU.
Yeah. Central Connecticut.
Yeah, go Blue Devils.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to know every team in every conference. Not anymore. 36. Dylan, they came out in a full court press for the first two possessions, and the self-hating Midwesterner in me was like, "Oh yeah, this is basketball. Steph Curry, he ruined the game. This is what it's about." Now they quickly transitioned out of it and then shot 24 threes themselves. But you know, it was great for the two possessions I got to see.
Look, man, I love me some Hurley coached college basketball, man. I love watching UConn.
Well, they are actually coached by Rod Strickland, which if any NBA people in here, big name.
That's
looking
crazy.
Good too. Yeah, had great gray in his beard, very in shape, good sneakers on. He looked the part. They're top of the league too.
When I was at CCSU, they hired Danielle Marshall because they're like, he played under Jim Calhoun. He was terrible.
Cleveland Cavaliers legend Danielle Marshall. Watch yourself there. That's amazing.
Hold on. We'll do one more. So these two final subjects that you put in the doc, John, are absolutely hilarious. I'm here for it. The Arne Slot, like you admitted, maybe this is a little bit of smack talk to annoy your younger brother, but I'm here for it. I have a good buddy of mine, Ahmed. He's Egyptian, so like he's a big Salah guy. Yep. From the moment they signed Slot, he had been telling me how much he hates Arne Slot. and how he wouldn't be good. He's been talking about even last season when they
shoes
won the
black.
league. Yeah, he was he was just telling me, he's like, I don't care that they're winning. He is not a good manager. Like, they're literally just doing what they did under Klopp. And then once they won the title, they fell apart. And yes, they were partying in Ibiza for like 3 of the 7 days of the week, and then we go play football. But also, he was telling me how they were trying to play a little bit more of slots football, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it this year. And yeah, he anytime it's Ramadan, so I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. But I know when I do see him, he's gonna be like, "Didn't I tell you? Get Slot out of here!" And he's just has been wanting him gone. I am that type of person where I'm like, keep him forever. Like, be terrible, sign him forever. Just like I kind of want Arteta to stay because I love this whole like crumbling thing every single year. But yeah, Slot out. Like, it's obvious he needs to go.
Yeah, Slot winning actually presented the best amount of fodder and the best amount of shit talking it possibly could have for me and my brother, because as soon as he won, I kind of sat there and was like, was Klopp that good?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, people are going to be like, was Klopp actually that good? Because Slot won. Like, it's going to be, people are going to think that Klopp wasn't a good manager. And like, people aren't going to give a shit about Rodri tearing his ACL. They're not going to care that like all of City's defenders were playing like on like bad hamstrings. None of that's going to matter. It's just going to be that Slot won with the same team.
Yeah, 1,000%. And I just love being able to be like, I don't know, this Klopp guy you love so much.
He only won once. Like, I mean.
But no, he was texting me and a couple of my other Liverpool friends today, and they're like, they're fully done. They're just like, we got to get this fuck over with. Like, this is terrible. But yeah, so Slot's out, and then I can round us out with this one. I'll have 2 of them or 3 of them if you want. I love looking up like, what is today, National whatever day. So Cold Cuts Day out here in the Dylan. Welcome to the East Coast. Welcome back, buddy. You know about cold cuts now. Can't get a good sandwich in LA is what I hear. Outside of Sal's or something like that. So I was like, all right, throw out a couple of these City players. You tell me what the sandwiches are. Obviously, we know the country of origin for them, so it will be kind of hard not to fall into those traps. But let's start off here. I really want to understand John Stones. What sandwich is he?
I think I'm gonna be bad at this. I'm real sorry.
Well, and it's funny because we talked about the whole like him and the Jamaica. Yeah. I think, like, honestly, I would say he's something silly like and it's not a cold cut at all, but man, this is like tofu. He's like soaks up whatever it is. So he's almost like a multi-cheese sandwich. That's how I see it. Like he's like a multi-cheese sandwich. Like he's just like that's exactly what he's, a grilled cheese sandwich. That is what he is.
So very accurate. You dunk him in a little tomato soup, that type of situation. Yeah. I think that's pretty spot on, Crunk. I like that one. Dylan, I'm not going to put you on the spot, but if you have it,
I was going to say Jamaican beef patty, not because which is not a sandwich, but is spiritually a sandwich in some ways.
I'll just do 2 more because I feel like I'm putting Dylan out here by doing this.
No, I love this. This is great.
I want to know Reinders. I think it's an interesting one. Being Dutch.
Being Dutch, and he is. Again, he is like, that's why we haven't seen him, just like we haven't seen Phil Foden. He is attack only. Like he has nothing about defense. So he's something thin.
Let's expand it to anything that's handheld. Any handheld food,
okay.
It's got to be spicy. There's got to be a bit of spice to it. There's got to be some Southeast Asian fusion. Yeah.
Is he?
He's Dutch. He's okay. He's all tech. I like it. You know what I mean? It's like something where it's like it's gonna hit you at first.
I see where you're going. Okay, I see where you're going. I see it. Oh,
it's like, you know how when you sometimes get like you get shawarma and every now and then they like put a whole pepper in there, and it's like not like really hot, but it like catches you off guard.
Like, shit.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with him.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like my thing for him was a kebab, like a shawarma.
No, that's real. Yeah.
So when Dylan said that, I was like, that's what I was leaning towards for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, that sounds great though. A kebab.
a little shawarma kebab, and then I'll do the last one, just because I think that he's been a revelation since we've gotten him. Semenyo.
So Semenyo, he's a Jesus guy. So like he legit, whatever the most, so like we joke and we call them Bible boys. So Semenyo, Doku, Gehi, they're all the Bible boys. Like so, whatever is the most missionary ass sandwich, that is Semenyo.
Okay.
Damn, I was gonna take it the other way because I was like, he's 2-footed, he can create, he can he can score.
Okay, so what were you thinking then?
I'm trying. What is something that is like
it's fun, it's out there.
It's like a do-it-all type of sandwich. And then what would a do-it-all type of sandwich be? Is it a Philly cheesesteak?
That's like a hot ham and cheese. Oh God, I made that the other day. I forgot how great that shit is. Philly cheesesteak is so good. So good.
I'm trying to figure out what a missionary ass sandwich is. for your quote,
PB&J, right?
Yeah,
or just peanut butter. Is it just peanut butter?
I think it
Jam's
is.
Like
it's
too
a peanut
much.
Butter sandwich. It's a peanut butter sandwich. I think that's correct. Not crunchy either.
Yeah, you just put peanut butter and just fold it in half, and it just gets you the sustenance, it gets you through.
Straight up.
Oh yeah, no crunch, no chunky. Like that. That's too much. That's way too much.
Damn.
Yeah, no, he's.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad I threw that.
As much as I enjoy Semenyo, he does
Bible
not
app on the phone.
Seem like he does not seem like he is the most fun person to hang out with.
He's hanging out with Mark Wahlberg constantly.
Honestly, that's the best thing I could hear. Like I don't, as a Celtics fan, I love that Tatum is like kind of a loser. That's the best thing that I could want out of one of my superstars. Like
that's
I don't
fair.
care. You want to clown him for it? Great. He's gonna play till he's 40. So
that's fair.
Like it doesn't bother me.
Tebow crawled so these men could walk. I got you.
Big Tebow guy. Let me tell you, I was a big Tebow guy.
Because we joke about because this is a possibility where city men and women could win the league, and would that mean that they would combine a parade together? Like I've been hoping for this for like the last 2-3 seasons.
Happened?
Well, city women, the last 2 seasons, they basically have fallen apart right before they were supposed to win the league. So that hasn't happened. But this is city women now sit top of the league. They're basically running away with it. Now we just need city men to do their part, and the women's league ends I think it's just like a week before, maybe 2 weeks before. So in theory, they could easily just hold off on the women's parade and do a combined one, because that would just be epic. But it's like, how would they do it? Would they just put like men on 2 of the buses, the women on the other bus? I would want them to mix it, but also you would want like Carolyn. She's fucking Brazilian. She's a party. Like, who's gonna be there to be partying with her? Because we do kind of have half of our squad.
Oh no, we're Arsenal. 7 runners up in the last decade. Dear Lord, I thought they won half of those. Mm-hmm. I'm like, in the nicest way, I am so unplugged on the women's team, because it's like you either have all of my attention or none. And it's I know Bunny Shaw's really good, and Chloe Kelly did something and we don't like her.
You know the point.
That's what I got. That's what I got.
Hey, you know the good parts. You know the good parts.
Yeah.
So that's fair. The later 2 seasons, we lost the league on the final match. Like it's just like, it's not great. So it's to win it and to win it the way that they are is nothing short of amazing. Yeah. So like my whole thing is does the seating chart for the championship parade? What does it look like? Who's sitting by who to make it the most fun? Especially because we have so many, like, the team is full of dads and they're all married and have kids and stuff now, where like the treble, it was a bunch of like even Ruben Diaz has like Maya Jama now. So like, and he's trying to be like this cool fashionista dude. So I don't see him getting like smacked like he did on the parade. Like there's no Jack Grealish on the squad right now.
That was gonna be my point here. It's like, do you hire Grealish back for one other go around, just as like a locker room guy on the bus? Like, is that what we got to do here?
Like
Recall
something's
him from his
gonna.
loan.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, hey, we got a party and we only know one guy for the job. Come back.
I mean, Stones has got one more in him.
Hey,
got one more in me.
it's the least he can do. It's the least he can do. He's done absolutely nothing all season. Get drunk for us, please. We need some entertainment on these cameras. Like, we can only see Pep smoke so many cigars.
Certainly not Kyle Walker. I want that man nowhere near my club.
No.
Motherfucker got benched at Burnley.
It's tough. Season.
That's crazy. I mean, once he said he is willing to give away a Premier League trophy. I don't remember, what did he even say he was willing to give it away for?
For a Tottenham win.
Damn.
That man was our captain.
He's not even from Tottenham. He's from Sheffield.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even from London. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah. And then now we have Bernardo as a captain, legitimately representing everything that a captain should be. Being that little pissant who's doing those.
Ridiculous.
Hey, there's only so many people that we can pay for their AARP. Like, we just need to get all these. We should have learned our lesson last year with all those unks on the pitch. Like, speaking of Kovacic, she's supposed to return, and it's like, what are you even gonna do, my boy? Like, just enjoy the bench. Just enjoy the bench. Yeah. Like, you be healthy for the World Cup, and then go and leave and enjoy the rest of your life, I guess. Okay, is there any other thing that we must discuss before we get out of here?
Nah, sandwiches were a good ender.
Sandwiches was a great ender. All right. So we will be back soon. We will promise. We're not gonna take another 2 months off. So we will see you soon.
I should have an office by then.
Ooh, I love it. We may not be brilliant, but we are for sure Blues. We will see you soon.